Well, this one turned out to be a lot longer than what I had expected on the video content. So when it starts, I'm going to say it's New Year's Day, and that's when we started this project. And today is January the 17th or 18th, I think. So it's been quite a while, but nothing has worked out the way I wanted to concerning this content. So off on a little road trip this morning, and I will explain more about that, but I'll give you a heads up on the dates. It's an oldie. Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, happy New Year. It's January 1st, 2025. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve, and hopefully this year starts out wonderful for all of us. Here at the farm this morning, gonna do a little work on the loader. Got to get the radiator pulled out of it. I think I'd mentioned that in a past video. We pulled it under the shelter there. I'm gonna change the oil and put the oil pressure line on the new copper line I got, and the radiator started leaking. Imagine that, just sitting there. And of course I tried to pinch a couple of fins and it didn't work out, made it worse. So pretty much most of the engine compartment has to come apart on that to get the radiator out. So bring along for a little bit of that. Got to walk down here and see. We had a section of cedar tree fall during a storm the other night, and ripped down some fence. We put that up in the dark just so Jack wouldn't get out. So I'm gonna check that, make sure everything looks good, and we'll get after it. Well, they said it was going to be kind of breezy today, so I overlooked that in the camera for right now. But you can see there where the center of it, it's kind of rotten. Whenever these cedars here get these double shoots on them like that and grow out 2 or 3 big stems, for lack of better words, that's what happens. Water gets in them, insects, bugs, bees, and then as they get older, they end up just breaking sections out. I mean, there's a lot of them here. You can see down through there that you know, are good solid trunk trees, and they just got small limbs. But these ones that had 2 or 3 pieces, so this one basically had 3, if you will, a good main trunk there, and then 3 shoots off of it. But broke the bob wire here the other night for Jack. I don't think he would have gone to the effort to get out there. It's pretty steep on the backside, but you never know with him, so we stretched that back across. That looks okay for now, and we'll get down here and cut this up. I think from about there where the ivy starts up, it's pretty solid, so I might get a couple poles out of that. But anyway, always something to do, so let's go get started working on the loader so we can get back to moving some bigger trees there on the back side of the property. Well, as always, the lighting's not very good down here under the shelter, but anyway, so radiator of course is back here right in front of where I sit. So it looks like we got to pull the air cleaner housing off. The fan shaft runs all the way from the front here. We've had trouble with that before, bending the pulley. This whole piece here is kind of not really made on the radiator, but I've got all the wires and gauges and everything up there. So what I'm thinking is that we can get everything away from the motor here with the fan and fold the radiator forward and get it out that way. Hopefully that's the plan, but I don't think I can see. Mike can. No, you're not gonna be able to see. Well, it's, yeah, I'll show you when we get it out. But then of course I got a cylinder leaking here. It's getting worse. It rains, it pours. Enough babbling, let's get to it. Well, we got the fan shaft out. I'm tempted to put electric fan on that radiator and do away with that fan shaft. I've had a lot of trouble out of that front pulley as well, and the way the alternator is over there. I could shorten that belt up and move the alternator away from the hydraulic bracket over there. I don't know, big ideas. Let's continue on. We got to get this pedestal's got to come out now. Just unhook the batteries, got the glow plug solenoid on it. Get that out, and hopefully it'll be enough to fold the radiator forward and get it out. Well, it just keeps getting better. Didn't know it, but it got I guess it's got an oil cooler in the bottom of the radiator. Never knew that. Hidden by the floor pan. So I gotta try to get the lines loose there. You can see one of them over there in front of the flashlight. It's got a T in it with a temperature sending unit, I guess, for that gauge. I thought it was a hydraulic gauge, but I guess it's transmission temperature or hydraulics. I don't know what it is. Either a hydraulic cooler or transmission cooler. It doesn't go to the engine. So these are going to be a nightmare to get loose. But I think once we get, if I can get those broke loose, I believe the radiator will slide down enough to clear the top, and then we can get it out and go from there. It looks kind of bare in there now. What an ordeal to get that out. I mean, I had no idea, especially those cooler lines on the bottom. We like to never got that one off, like I was saying. But anyway, got it out, soaking over here. I'll show you in a minute. Rinsed some of that oil off and made a mess, but for sure been talking about it. I'm gonna leave that fan off and put an electric fan on it. I've got the filter loose for the torque converter, and then we measured the belt, and we'll do away with that idler pulley over there and just go straight around the crank up to the alternator. So that'll make working on it a lot easier. Like if I got to pull the valve cover off or anything like that for whatever reason, injectors, pull the hood off and it'll be right there accessible. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet about the air filter. The housing goes around and goes up. I'd like to leave that off too. I'm not sure. We'll just wait and see. I might do something different about a regular style filter there or something. I don't know. But anyway, show you the radiator, and then we'll call it a day till we get it back from the repair shop and see how many pennies I have to spend there. Pretty good sized radiator. I didn't realize it was quite that thick. But we'll clean some of this grime off. The thermostat, I'll get it out in a minute, was newer, so I think somebody's had this out because a couple of the bolts on the side had anti-seize in them. So I guess somebody's done it at some point. I'm hoping they can do something with it at the radiator shop, but time will tell. All right, well, give you a little rundown on the radiator situation. So saw me pull it out, took it to my radiator shop local, which is a pretty reputable place. They stay pretty busy, but I've run into it before. They don't necessarily have a whole lot of time to mess with older stuff that needs extra attention, I guess. Most of the older guys that mess with the radiators around my area have since gone out of business. So took it up there. He quoted me a rough estimate. We're pushing close to $2,000 to basically recore it and everything. So long story short, we're on our way down here to Dylan's now. He's got what I consider an old school radiator guy that he's going to let look at it and see if he can repair it. I mean, there's a few things wrong with it. It's not perfect by any means, and it's a very old radiator, but you can't find them anywhere. I think I found one that was similar for a HD series, and it was almost $3,000, and we're just not going that route. The biggest problem is it has that oil cooler in it. So anyway, get down here to Dylan's. I'll bring you back. I've got something here that I've got to pick up, not today, but get a shot of it while we're here, and we may have one more stop on the road trip. If so, I'll bring you back then, but we'll see what Dylan's into and give you a little bit more insight on the radiator when we get there. Well, here it is. Picked this up, or actually we did some trading and some buying, and I still haven't got it to the house yet. So something I was desperately needing, so I'll have to flip the hay over so much, but I wanted a trailer type, so pump the tire back up, and he's got all the tines for it. He used it quite a bit. It went to a 4-basket, a nice one, a new one, so hopefully this will work out great for me this year. Here's what he replaced it with. Can't hide money. You just build another shed and put it under. Yeah, that's nice. Nice, look at that. A whole shed full of brand new stuff here. Maybe one day for me. I don't have all the money B&H Farms does.
Got to make payments on something.
Oh, another baler over here. Yeah, I love that accumulator right there. That's nice. That is nice. All kinds of goodies down here. Well, overlooked the bad angle on the camera mount there. The other one decided that the cold weather was too much for it. So we'll make do here on our outro. But almost back to the house. We didn't end up going to the auction, which was the last part of the road trip I was talking about. Didn't have a whole lot there. I'm gonna throw a picture up of the radiator now. can see the spot circled in blue there. That's the only bad part on it. I mean, yes, it's been sorted on and patched and put back together several times, but you know, as hot as it was running at different times and wasn't leaking anywhere else than where it was, I think it can be repaired. Time will tell. So hopefully Dylan's guys will be able to do me a solid on that, and hopefully one of them will take a chance. Not saying I won't fix it and spend, you know, that kind of money if I have to, but I just want other opinions beforehand. Tightwad, yes. What else? The tedder. Showed you guys that. I'm really looking forward to that this year with the orchard grass. You know, Dylan just needed to upgrade. He does quite a bit of hay during the summer, so I showed you his new toys. And we'll go from there. Probably gonna do a live stream here really soon. I think you'll see this beforehand, but if you guys can chime in on that one, because we're gonna be talking about an idea that I have about the channel and some of the behind the scenes stuff that I haven't divulged to you guys that's been going on. We're kind of at that point. It's a lot of the farm related but non-farm related stuff we talked about. So I'll throw a post up on my community page here on YouTube. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know, I'll do that of course with a live stream, but talk about that and get you guys' opinion on it and see what happens. So really appreciate everything. Thank you for following on the journey with me. Hate it wasn't more on this one, but you know, it's what it is sometimes. I know we started off almost a month ago now on the video, but hopefully we'll be seeing that loader back together before long. So see what happens over the next couple days. Till then, thank you.